Hi everyone, here's Druputani from Fonearena.com bringing you an unboxing of the brand new Meizu Pro 5. Now, the Meizu Pro 5 was launched in Beijing and it is the flagship product for the company. It has very high-end specifications and a surprisingly decent price point, though we're not really sure how it is going to translate to the price in India. But all of that in a bit. First, let's take a look at the box contents. Before we get to the contents, let's just do a quick run around the packaging material itself. The box is finished in matte black material, soft to the touch. There's nothing really on all the sides of the box. Moving over to the back, you have very minimal information, including the IMEI code, and you have the refreshed Meizu logo over here. There's a thinner typeface, but more or less the same, and it's not really something that you're going to care much about. So flipping that over, let's open the box. So there you go. Right up front is the Meizu Pro 5. Now this is a very large device, as you can see right from here. So let's take out the contents one by one and see what else is in the box. That is the Meizu Pro 5. Let's put that aside for a second. You'll see under it is a SIM ejector tool. Very nice looking tool. It's got a cloud-like pattern in the middle of it, and in the same package are the supporting documentations, including your warranty support and the basic documentation that you get with a phone. I don't think there's really a need to open that up. Let's put that aside again. Now there's a very cool, very funny little touch, to be honest. The phone does not ship with any headphone in the box, and to prove that point, they have a little box over here that says headphones not included. That said, Meizu has announced a new headphone, which is the EP31, and with the 64GB variant of the phone, they will be bundling that headset, though it's not sure if they'll be doing that in India whenever the phone comes to India. Let's look at the USB cable. Now it seems to be wound up quite nicely. The box is a little hard to remove, but once you do, you'll see that it's nicely coiled up. And the phone does have a built-in clip so that you can just wind up the extra coil, the extra amount of cable, and you don't have cables running all around. It's a nice touch, doesn't hurt of course. And you've got the AC charger as well. Now at the launch event, Meizu made it a point to note that the Meizu Pro 5 will ship with a 12-volt charger. This is a 2-amp charger. It's a very big charger, to be honest. 12-volt charger. It's going to charge up your phone super quick. Meizu claims that it has the equivalent of Quick Charge 2.0, and because they're using a bigger charger, they claim that the phone can get a 65% charge in just 30 minutes, which is definitely very impressive. So that's it for the box contents. Now on to the good stuff, which is the phone itself. So this is the Meizu Pro 5. We're not really sure why they're calling it the 5, given that this has a 5.7-inch display. It's almost 6 inches, but nonetheless the design resemblance to the iPhone 6s is very apparent the first time you set your eyes on this phone. You've got a 2.5D curved glass display on the front. This is a 5.7-inch Full HD Super AMOLED screen, and Meizu made a very good point at the launch event. They could very easily have gone for a 2K panel, which would make for good marketing, but a 2K panel brings with it additional strain on the CPU. It also brings additional battery drain, and there's not much of a tangible benefit unless you get into something like VR, which is still in its nascent stages. On the side, you've got very nicely chamfered volume rocker and the power button, and on the left side you've got the dual nano SIM card slots. Both are 4G capable. The second SIM card slot can also double as a micro SD card slot, but you'll have to choose one functionality, and I'm not really a fan of that. But increasingly we're seeing that, or we're seeing brands altogether letting go of the micro SD card slot. The front-facing camera is has a 5 megapixel sensor. Nothing much to note there. The home screen doubles up as the M back and the M touch key, which is very unique to Meizu. It is also a fingerprint scanner, and at the launch event we noted that it worked very well. We'll see in the full review. At the bottom, as you will notice here, is that there is a USB Type-C connector. which is very cool for sure. It's something that's going to increasingly become common across devices. On the right hand side are four portholes for the speaker, and on the left side is a single microphone port. Now let's move over to the back. This has a 20.7 megapixel Sony sensor, and it has three kinds of autofocus capabilities, including laser autofocus and face detection autofocus, which means, well, you're going to be able to get a focus lock on anything. Meizu claims that you can get a focus lock in just 0.17 seconds, which is very impressive indeed. We'll have to test that claim out in a full review, which will take a while because of reasons that we'll talk about shortly. Now, this phone is not coming to India at the moment, well, anytime soon, so that's one of the reasons, but for now, let's power up the device. So as you'll note, it says Flime there instead of Android, and that's because this phone is running Flime OS, which is, well, it's based on Android. It is a ROM made by Meizu, very well optimized, but there are quite a few changes that are very China-centric. So let's open up the phone. The boot up times, as you will note, are very quick. Scrolling performance, just all around functionality, the phone is very smooth. There's really like nothing here that lags it or makes it slow down, and neither should it. These are top of the line specifications, which we'll mention now. Now this is not a Snapdragon based phone, and perhaps one of the first flagship devices out there that are not running on the latest Snapdragon chipset this cycle. This phone is based on the same chipset that you'll find in the Galaxy S6, which is a 2.1 GHz Samsung Exynos 7420, and it has a Mali GPU. Meizu claims that the performance figures are about 35 to almost 40% higher than the Snapdragon processor, the Snapdragon 810, while delivering about 15 to 20% extra battery life and much reduced heat production as well. These are claims that Meizu makes. We can't really take them at face value. We'll test them out in a full review. The phone also has 4 GB of RAM. This particular variant has 32 GB of storage, but there will also be a 64 GB version. The RAM is LPDDR4 and the storage is UFS 2.0, just like the Samsung Galaxy S6. That means there's really no reason in terms of hardware why this phone should ever slow down. Now, the second reason that we mentioned why we can't really be reviewing this phone right now is because it's running an older version of Flime OS. The phone is shipping with Flime 4.1, pardon that we keep on going back to Android 4.1, and that's because Flime 5 is not yet completely ready. The first beta will be rolling out on 15th of October, and the final version will ship to the phone sometime in November. And we do feel that it is worth waiting till the time the operating system is completely ready. But honestly speaking, there's nothing really missing here. Flime is adding a new task switcher with Flime 5.0, which is going to be quite interesting, and there's a lot of new animations throughout the interface. Now we just set up the fingerprint reader on this phone, and honestly this performance is absolutely amazing. Outside of the iPhone, we really haven't seen any fingerprint reader on an Android device that performs just as well. You just have to tap the home screen, put your finger to it, and the phone gets unlocked. So, quick first impressions of this device. It's a very solid phone. The design is inspired, perhaps, not entirely original, but it is a very good looking phone. The pricing is about 30,000 rupees equivalent in China for the 32 GB version. Not bad, but when it comes to India, we'll see. It's probably going to be higher, around 35,000 or so, and at that price point, we're not really sure if it'll be worth it. But then again, we're not giving a verdict today. So this was just a quick unboxing and a brief hands-on of the Meizu Pro 5, Meizu's new handset, new flagship handset that was launched today in Beijing. If you have any questions about this phone, please do let us know in the comments section. Thanks for watching. This was Dhruv Bhutani for Fonearena.com.